So, welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and this is the King of Derp. This is the KV2, the infamous Tier 6 Soviet heavy tank. Only one way to play the KV2, and that's with the Derp. And that's what our friend Panzerrad 1 is using. He's platooned up with a... well, he's basically in a platoon of 3 KV2s, which is a fearsome sight for anybody to behold. But when you're on the receiving end of 3 of these things working together, it's just evil, because it's not just the damage they do with that 152mm howitzer, it's the fact that it doesn't really respect any kind of armour. It doesn't matter what armour you got, you're going to get damaged, and you're probably going to get crew killed and modules destroyed in the process. And of course, with 3 of them, they can coordinate their fire, especially if they're talking together on TeamSpeak or such. So anyway, they are in a Tier 7 game, but it's not very heavy Tier 7 game on Ruinberg, and they're heading to the city because they're heavies and that's what you do. But they've immediately split up, which is not the best idea. You should really, that one up ahead is isolated. He's up against 2 T-29s, and that's not a fair match, even in Stalin's hammer, the KV2. That thing can take. Oh, is there like there's a Swedish meatball there, but they can't. They're not good at snap shooting. Not unless you've killed a load of dissidents lately. But there you go. Didn't even have to land squarely. Just had to land it somewhere close to that Swedish TD, and that was good night, she wrote. So our friend up ahead in the other KV2 is taking a bit of a pounding, but he was very isolated there. And as soon as those T-28s realised that he was alone, they pushed forward and made him pay for that. So Panzerrad is now there to support him, and they are playing peekaboo. And the thing about playing peekaboo with a KV2 is that they don't really care the fact that the T-29 has got titanium turrets. They just still smash them. So he did a big hit there. What was it, 300 health? Didn't pen obviously, but did a lot of damage, and probably some module damage as well. So they're being fortunate. Now there's an OI. Now if they hit that right, they can one-shot it. Flat surfaces on the OI make this a prime target to take out. No, a bit of a speculative shot there from our friend Panzerrad, but and also the guy up in front is getting absolutely wrecked. He's down to 28 health, but he has hit the OI, didn't pen him, and that's good night, she wrote. So one of the KV2s is down. Oh, hello. What was he thinking of? Well, that was an odd thing to do. So it's not looking so hot in the city here. You can see there's only the 34-100 and Jag Panther's still up around their cap. The 2 KVs, and there's a, what is that, a VK? Against quite a lot of heavy stuff there. But so far they're being fortunate. Nobody's pushing them. And actually, what they should have been doing is pushing, because they've got a heavy advantage. And okay, 1 or 2 of them would probably get quite seriously damaged, but it'd be worth it just to get through. So he bounces a shot from the T-29, which is miraculous. KV1 might be a heavy, but he hasn't got much armour, so doesn't tend to bounce much, and certainly not against big heavy American heavy tanks like that. Fire! Oh, just didn't reload in time, unlucky. And there goes the Jag Panther. Jag Panther's grown some and it's moving forward. That's nice. That means the T-29 will be kept busy, which allows Panzerrad to pull round and hopefully get a shot. He's realised that he's better off. Oh, he still missed him. Cannot get a straight shot on the OI. Our VK's died. So has the Jag Panther. and that T29 is still on pretty much full health. Well, not full health, certainly not really full health now. So Panzer T25 is kind of stuck. He's calling for, and he was sort of looking for help, but there was no way that Panzer could move forward because he wasn't loaded. Right, so can he take down this T29? Doesn't need to. T34-100 does. So that's evened it up. It's now 9 plays 11. Panzerrad has done over 1,000 damage, got 2 kills. Hasn't been a monumental game so far, but he's, you know, he's played okay. Keeping his hit points, he's got 2/3 of his hit points left. That Steve 42 is on ridiculously low health. He looks like he's going to try and head down and work him over. A final member of our platoon's gone down. That is Von Voss. I featured him one of the games. I think he was driving a T20, T34-85. That's right. But he's died. So Panzer is moving forward. They're not worrying. He's relying on the IKV to reset the cap if it needs to be done. Meanwhile, he's trying to get guns out the game. And where's that OI gone? He's gone behind those buildings. Really? Good grief. 34-100 is going round, but he pays for it. Now the OI's on reload, which means if we can get in quick, we've got this guy. There we go. Oh, reload. Aim in. Try to get the side armor. Does so. Beautiful. Reason for aiming the side armor is that he would overmatch any kind of armor was there. It would be a guaranteed penetration, guaranteed full damage, and that would one-shot the OI. So he's pinging the IKV-65, trying to get him to reset. That Emil, yeah, okay. Emil did some damage, but boy, that cost him. So the enemy Su has been reset, but probably that IKV is going to die being up there. We've lost our driver, so we're not going to get anywhere fast. Yep, sure enough, there's the IKV-65-2 has died, but he has got the Su down to a one-shot. There's also a KV1 somewhere, but have we even seen him? Don't think we've seen him all game. He still hasn't fixed his driver, which is intriguing. Su's come out of the cap, which is also interesting. I guess he realises that sitting on the cap on 200 health isn't the best use of a very stealthy TD, and he's probably better off going off into the bushes somewhere and trying to ambush Panzer. Of course, we don't know where. Oh, there he is. There he is. Swings the gun round, but no joy. They saw each other though, clearly. So this is a showdown. Who's got the fastest trigger? Is it the KV with the Derp cannon? Or is it the Su 122-44, one of the most overpowered, or so, one of the best premium TDs in the game? Probably not OP, but very, very good. Now that Panzer has a bit of an advantage here in one sense, in that he's got a turret, whereas the Su doesn't. However, that's no use when you're really driving a big, heavy, slow is what I meant, tank like the KV2. And the other thing is that he knows that if he fires here, chances are that Su is going to come rushing in the corner and shoot him, because he knows he's got a shot. Oh my goodness, the Su made a big mistake there. Did not hide his entire hull. So, and again, you don't need to see much when you're firing HE, which is what this KV2 is doing. You just have to see something of the bodywork, and that is treated like a direct hit somewhere, anywhere on the tank. So he did the right thing there. Just made sure he pulled away enough to get that slither of his mudguard. He's pushing forward. There's only that KV1, so we haven't seen the KV1 all game. So the suspicion is that he may be AFK. He's actually statistically quite a good player, so unless he's had a connection problem. He needs a re-roll by the look of it. Less than 1,000 games, but he's got a 63% win rate, so he's no mug. So if he's alive, this could be game over. But let's speed it up a little bit. See what we can find. This is nervy business when you're in the last tank going. You're on a one shot and you're trying to find the last enemy tank because you've no idea where he is, and it looks like indeed he is AFK. Oh my word. And his turret's turned around, so I suspect very strongly he got disconnected somehow. Yeah, and he's got 2 stars on the barrel of that thing. Oh my word. How lucky were you, Panzer? Because I don't fancy your chances up against that KV1 if he'd still been alive. But you don't have to always be, you don't have to play brilliantly all the time, you also have to be lucky, and he was lucky at the end. Well done. So he said in his notes down to here he's a bit chuffed with this one, getting his 3rd mastery in the KV2, so he clearly knows what he's doing in this wonderful Russian heavy tank. So as an ace tanker, he got Bruiser, he got Fire for Effect and Top Gun. Finished up, unsurprisingly, top of the team with 2,262 damage and 6 kills, 1,367 base XP. Von Foz was second with 2,138 damage and 1 kill, 963. And Z-Bad down here got 960 and 1 kill for 603. So you can see the platoon of KVs did, well, 4,300, 5,200 plus damage between them, which is a pretty damn fine, and helped the team to win. So Panzer fired 12 shots, he hit with 8 of them and did the damage of 8 of them. Also got a couple of bits of splash damage, which is nice. He took 4 shots in return, 2 of which bounced actually, which is somewhat surprising. KV2 isn't renowned for its armour, that's for sure. He doesn't run a premium count, still made 11,000 credits out of that. Would have been 25,000 if he hadn't, if he'd been running a premium. And he made 41,000 experience for his crew. Again, would have been 6,200 if he'd been running a premium. Really nice game. Did beautifully there. Played it really cannily. And preserved his hit points up until the end, and that's what you need to do to get a good score. Well played.